Peace to everybody, back with another video. This is about Bodyguard. Michael Jackson loved thoughts, not kids. I kind of find that a little bit funny, but not really. And as you can see here in the screenshot is Michael Jackson with his former bodyguard. Michael Jackson's former bodyguard is coming out and talking about the King of Pop's love life. And according to the bodyguard, Michael loved thoughts, not children. So Matt Frias is finally coming out talking about the King of Pop's love life. And according to the bodyguard, he said that Michael loved thoughts, not children. So Michael Jackson was never interested in children at all. Never. He loved women. The British martial arts expert Matt Frias, who worked with MJ for many years, told the metro.co.uk this whole pedophile thing is complete nonsense. And I agree with Matt Frias. It is a complete nonsense. I mean, what Wade Robson and James Safechuck have said about Michael were complete nonsense. And I believe Matt Frias. Matt explained the guy had girlfriends and had a legitimate marriage to Lisa Marie Presley. That was the way he lived his life. We were the people sneaking the girls into his room. So Michael and Matt, they both were sneaking girls into his room. There was no way that Michael Jackson was sneaking little kids into the room. No way at all. None. Matt owns a martial arts school in England, has a net worth of $45 million, and told the mag that MJ was rarely ever at his Neverland Ranch and only had built it as part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation pledge. It was never Michael's home. So the Neverland Ranch was never Michael's home at all. Not 1 inch of it. He did it for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And as Matt, he owns a martial arts school in England and it has a net worth of $45 million. And of course, he also said MJ was rarely ever at his Neverland Ranch and only had built it as part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation pledge. Matt added, they say there were boys around. That was not in the case at all. He made Neverland how it was so he could have it for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, something he could give back on. And that is true. Michael had the Neverland Ranch as Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it was something that he could give back on. So Michael was doing this huge charity of Make-A-Wish Foundation for sick children. It's say, like, for example, a little boy or a little girl is dying and they make their final wish before they pass on. This is something Michael Jackson would do. He would invite them to the Neverland Ranch to make them happy before they pass on. We had a running joke. He was never there. He had to be in Los Angeles to conduct business. It's about 4 hours drive from the mountains, and he hated the drive. So he was very rarely there, Matt continued. So Matt Frias and Michael Jackson, of course, they had this little joke going on that how Matt was joking around saying that Michael hated driving and that, and or he hated the drive because the drive was from the mountains and he hated to drive, so he was very rarely there. But of course Matt was joking around with it, so it was a little joke between him and Michael. He was there to make public appearances. He was so much more comfortable at the Beverly Wiltshire in a suite. So Michael had to make public appearances. He was much more comfortable at the Beverly Wiltshire in a suite. So that's how comfortable Michael was getting, was to be at a Beverly Hill Wiltshire in a suite. If he was doing what he was doing to young kids, he would never get any work done. And that's true. If he was doing what he was doing to young kids, he would never get any work done. But Michael Jackson never did anything to young children. He was already performing, singing, rehearsing all day long, every day. And with Wade Robson and James Safechuck, they just come out and say, oh, well, he did it. No. There's no police report saying that he did that to any of them. And of course, I do not believe Wade Robson and James Safechuck. I do not believe them at all. They are liars, and they will always be liars. Leave your comments below. I am out.